Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about public expenditure and one of the important theory in public expenditure, that is Wagner's hypothesis. Public expenditure, that we all know that it refers to the expenses which the government incurs for its own maintenance and also for the economy. It means the expense of the public authorities like central, state and local government, either in protecting the citizens or in promoting their social and economic welfare. The volume of public expenditure has been growing in all countries because of the continuous increase in the activities of the state and other public bodies. That is, public expenditure is increasing day by day in developing, underdeveloped and developed countries. Let us move on to the theoretical analysis of public expenditure growth. The Western industrialized nation during the last half of 19th and the 20th century experienced rapid growth in the public sector. The various theories developed by economists to explain the phenomenon of increasing public expenditure can be broadly classified into two groups, that is, pure theories of public expenditure and positive or general theories of public expenditure. The positive theories of public expenditure attempts to find a predictable long-run functional relationship between certain causal variables and relative public sector growth. They also provide some empirical evidence for the functional relationship existing between certain causal variables and relative public sector growth, whereas the pure theories only prove a theoretical explanation as to justification for public expenditure growth. There are three important theories in public expenditure. The first theory is developed by German economist Adolf Wagner. The second theory is developed by Weismann Peacock, and the third theory is put forward by Colin Clark. And here we are discussing about the Wagner's law of increasing state activities. Adolf Wagner, a noted German political economist, propounded an empirical law to analyze and explain the trend in the growth of public expenditure. He argued that a functional cause and effect relationship exists between the growth of an industrializing economy and the relative growth of its public sector. Wagner believed that a functional cause-effect relationship prevailed between economic growth and growth in public expenditure. His hypothesis of the increasing state activity lays that as the per capita income and output increases in advanced countries, the public expenditure of these countries necessarily grows as a proportion to the total economic activity. Wagner has divided public expenditure into two categories: public expenditure for internal and external security, public expenditure for cultural and welfare activities. F. Nitti, Italian economist, also supported Wagner's hypothesis and concluded with the support of empirical evidence that this law was not only applicable to Germany but to various governments which differed widely from each other. The following are the important causes responsible for this tendency. Expansion of traditional functions. Traditional functions mainly include defense, administration of justice, maintenance of law and order, and provision for social overheads. The coverage and variety of such functions have gradually increased. Defense expenditure has expanded rapidly because of a change in military arts and sciences. In modern times, military activities has become sophisticated. coverage of new functions. In coverage of new functions, the state were increasing in their coverage of various activities. Traditionally, the state activities were limited to only defense, justice, law and order, maintenance of the state overheads, etc. But with the growing awareness of its responsibilities to the society, the government started expanding its activities in the field of various welfare measures to enrich the cultural life of the society. Along with this, new welfare programs were designed to provide social security to the people. This required increasing government expenditure on education, public health, low-cost housing, subsidized provision of food, agriculture inputs, old age pension, sickness benefit, etc. All expanded the coverage of governmental activities. The next important cause is the social progress, that as the society progresses, the need for public expenditure also increases. Expanding the sphere of public goods. Almost in all modern democratic governments have increasingly recognized the need to provide and expand the sphere of public goods. The need and necessity to provide social and merit goods through budgetary allocations was increasingly recognized by the modern state. The state was trying to shift the composition of national product more in favor of public goods. As a result, state activities expanded to areas like irrigation and flood control projects, construction and maintenance of public parks, provision for education and healthcare facilities, creation of economic overhead capital, etc. Provision of these public goods and merit goods means heavy investment in public enterprises. War and preparation of war is also another cause for the increased state activity, and need for urbanization, modernization, rise in price and its controlling process, then increase the national income, activities related to enhanced planning and growth activity, then specialization in various production activity. All these causes increased state activity.